Yo, what up? I'm here with Jamie Foxx, Anuel two megastars in the building. Some beautiful stuff in the works. Jamie, Anuel, the streets are saying we got a documentary and a docuseries coming for Anuel. Let's talk about it. How did we get here, fellas?
Well, first, I'm just honored to be able to know Anuel, and the way it happened, my boy RD, if he might pop in here, he's the great connector, man. Wires only, does all the cars, all of the yachts, the planes. But the one thing he's very good at is just being a connector with great artists, man. And so, he allowed me to meet Anuel. I met him in Miami on his video shoot and everything like that. And then he started telling me, and they both started telling me about his story, about how he became who he is. When the idea of doing the docuseries came up, I was like, I'm just let me be a fly on the wall, because the one thing that I do, if you know my history, from Ed Sheeran to Nick Cannon to all the people that have actually been right here in the studio, I just want to take that opportunity to see young talent just explode. And he was already, exploding and just captivating the world. But we want to complete that sentence in the most incredible and artistic way and show people where he comes from, and to show people that the one thing that sustained him was his music. And I think that's the most incredible thing, because it's like, when you look at the world right now, how chaotic things are, music is what's getting us through a lot of things, and Anuel touches the whole world. And so that's how it went down, and I'm just happy to just be, the super fly on the wall, per se, of watching him and watching his story unfold.
It's a blessing being able to work with Jamie. Jamie, he the legend. I grew up watching him. Like, it's a blessing from God.
I mean, Anuel, I'm curious, man. I mean, I know you kind of gave fans a little taste when you had the Emmanuel, the Apple Music doc. What are you hoping to bring with this docuseries and documentary to fans that, they weren't able to capture the last time around with that doc?
Yeah, I just want everybody, like, to know, like, my real life story, like all the struggles, everything from growing up in a good family, my father losing his job, then leaving my mama house, and how, like, I went through all the worst things somebody could go through in the streets, right? And never losing faith in my music, and how I kept working, and everything came through the way it came through, and how I became who I am right now.
I love that. And listen, man, you a megastar in your own right. You're doing your thing. I mean, Jamie, is there anything in particular about Anuel's story? Because I know you broke down a couple that really, like, intrigued you the most, that you really want to hit when creating this docuseries, that you want the people to really gravitate towards?
I think what it is a story that's universal. And what I mean is like a person to have gone from a life where, things were good, and then what do you do when you lose everything? Anuel lost everything, had to be in the streets, and in the streets where he was at, it was volatile. So I think when you look at hip hop and the way hip hop is, everybody has a story. But I don't think that there's quite stories that are this authentic. And here's what's amazing. Somebody had to believe in that idea to risk their own life. They not only risking their life, but they risking their job, they risking everything because they saw a light in him. And so to me, that's a universal story. Whether you black, you white, Spanish, estás escuchando, whatever you are, to me, it's a wonderful movie. It's actually a movie. Like you search for things that we say it's a movie all the time, but this actually is. So that's what I think people would be so intrigued by.
Man, I love that. And Jamie, you said something that was really dope, about hip hop always, preserving that authenticity, and, Anuel, your whole career, authenticity, man. And you've locked in with a lot of dope hip hop cats, like a Meek Mill for Uptown Vibes, like a Lil Wayne. Like, I'm curious, man, is there like a hip hop artist that you like were growing up, or you really admired their authenticity and you wanted to kind of like mirror that in your lifestyle and in your music?
I always wanted to be like Tupac, like the way, like everything, like he used to rap what he used to live in, he used to go through. That's why like so many people identify with his music. And it's a different type of connection between you and your fans, because it's not just that you have good music. Like they know you talking real life, like real life, a real life story, and like it's deeper than rap. It's not just music. So yeah, I always wanted to be like Pac.
Shout out to Pac, man, legend right there. And you know, with Pac, man, the dude, we don't got to go through his resume, man. We know he was a dope rapper, dope actor, and you know what I've seen a lot in the for the Latin stars coming up, man. And Jamie, this is for you. Like, man, we just saw Nicky James in Bad Boy. We got Cardi, Don Omar, and Ozuna about to be in Fast and the Furious, the ninth installment, man. Like, what do you think it is about like the Latin stars really being on the come up and Hollywood really embracing them, you know, right now in 2020?
At the end of the day, it's just great music, man. Great music come from everywhere. But when you see someone celebrate their culture and music, there's nothing like that. It's nothing like watching Anuel celebrate his culture and his music. And then, to be honest, they you know, the hits that they have, it's like, you know, it's not just because someone is saying, you know, let the Latin in. No, they are taking over. They are doing it. And what's amazing about it is that they didn't veer from anything. You know, they're very authentic. When I was on the set of his video, just watching, like, I said, wow, man, it's so authentic, and the camaraderie, like just like how us in hip hop or African Americans, when we get on, right? We all get on. Like everybody living in my house right now. You know what I'm saying? All the homies are. So to watch that, to watch it firsthand, but at the same time, man, at the end of the day, we just want great music, man, and that's what Anuel does. He does great music, and he has, when you're a star no matter what color. But I tell you what, it's wonderful to see it wrapped in his package. Wonderful to see it wrapped in where he comes from, because that's what we need to do. We need to continue to celebrate all types of music. And right now, man, they not messing around. They gonna keep on their head.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna bring it back to high school for me, right? I feel like for me, like I always knew about Pun when I was like a kid. I'm 31, but you know, Big Pun was my introduction to like Latin MCs, Fat Joe, and then reggaeton started coming through with Daddy Yankee, right? With the whole Gasolina. That was my joy back in the day. Like, Anuel, I'm curious, when did you feel like, you know, the Latin artists really started, you know, making that wave in not just hip hop, but music overall?
Yeah, I think with Gasolina, like it took off. Like it's a long story, because there's a lot of different phases like the reggaeton went through. Like when Gasolina came out, like people in the U.S. started to recognize us, because the Spanish music only was literally in Puerto Rico and in Latin America. With Gasolina, it grew up to, like, yeah, they started to listen to it in the U.S., in Europe, like all around the world. And then there's a lot of people, Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Teo Calderon, a lot of people that they were the main, like they were the reason why reggaeton grew so much. And in this generation, I'm talking about me, my generation with Ozuna, Bad Bunny. It's something that, like, we doing a lot of big things cause of all of the work that Yankee, Don Omar, and Tego put in. Like, we had it more easy, and we popping now in an era that everything's digital now. Like, everything streams, everything, like, you make more money now than what people used to make before. Like, but it's all thanks to all that work they put in. There's a lot of legends. Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Teo Calderon, J Balvin. Like, it's big. Back in the day, only the reggaeton singers, they was only from Puerto Rico. Now you got Balvin in Colombia with Carol. Now you got Maluma. Now you got Sesh in Panama. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of big people. And you didn't, back in the day, you never used to see like Lil Wayne and Anuel type of collaboration. Never. Like that never used to happen, and thank God reggaeton grew so much that everything coming together now.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man, reggaeton has really like shaped the culture, really broke grounds. You know, like you said, big collaboration that you did with Wayne. I mean, Jamie, I know you got a story for me, man. What reggaeton record? What artist had you like? Oh, word! Like this is what we doing now. I know you got something.
Like all of those records that you talk about when it was Daddy Yankee and all those guys, and when I was like, I got my first experience firsthand in Miami. Like, you know, you got to go to Miami and really
That's where
understand.
it's at,
Like
yep.
all of these guys that we've partied with, all the guys that you've mentioned. You know, look, man, I feel blessed that I get a chance to hang with these guys beyond the record. You know what I'm saying? Beyond like, you know, if it's my favorite song, obviously I rock to all of that, but when it comes to like the personal, like for me, like being able to actually personally have the relationship with Anuel is just completely different. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't say enough. Like meeting those guys in the club and hanging out with the music, it was great. But then to be able to listen to this man's story, to be able to hear, and then to be able to go into the studio and watch him work. I forget the two guys that were producing that record that was in there, but I was just like, wow. Yeah. So I'm in, you know, you got to be in Miami. You got to go to what's the place?
Live?
No, the studio.
Oh,
Hip Factory.
I'm thinking
Hip
live. I'm
Factory.
thinking clubbing.
Huh? The Hip Factory.
You know Anuel?
Yeah, Hip Factory.
Oh,
So
Hip
Hip
Factory.
Factory is like synonymous with all the great records. So to walk in and watch Anuel work, like to see him cooking it up, to watch, you know, the greatest producers with the greatest artists work, man. I mean, I get a chance to watch it from a different, you know, from a different like vantage point. So when you watch him put it together and then go from there, watching him handle it, work it, and then be on the set, watching him taking it from 0 to 1,000. I still learn. Like, you know, and I've been at this shit for a minute, bro. So it's like for me, it keeps me young, keeps me excited. And like I said, I can't wait to see I can't wait to watch everybody watch his artistic sentence continue to be, you know, spoken and be finished. So it's just a wonderful time, man.
I love that answer. And you know, Anuel, I'm curious, man, like with making this docuseries, I wonder, is there any similarities in, you know, carving out this docuseries versus like carving an album? Did you see any similarities in how you put together this docuseries with how you put together your albums?
Yeah, the only like it's two different things, but it's like my life. I try to rap. I try to rap and sing like everything I live. So it's art. It's different types of art and like similarity. I don't see it like that because artists like doing this with Jamie Foxx. That's like super big. Like I don't see it next to music. Like I see it like something legendary with Jamie. You know, like, but it's my life. The only similarity is everything got to do with my real life. I ain't lying in songs. I ain't trying to like just how I be with the music. I want the docuseries to be like 1,000. I want it to be super real.
And to piggyback that, I watch you do your interviews, man, and I watch you interview hip hop artists, and you guys, you know, the biggest thing is authenticity. Like now, I'm a little older, so, you know, when it come to hip hop, I've seen it all. I was there the night Tupac got killed. You know, I was there. We were in the same place. You know, I was there, and I just spoke about this, the eeriness of what that day was. You know, and I had known Pac for a long time. I'd known Pac since he started, when he had the wooden beads and was, you know, Afrocentric, you know, but pre-thug life, you know. And I watched all of those things that he went through. And so, to me, Anuel, the authenticity of his story is just different. Because all of those guys that you talk about hip hop have been right here. Whether it's Ross, whether it's Drake, whether it's Puff, whether it's any of those guys have been right in the studio. So I get a chance to, you know, watch how their lives play out. And in Anuel's story, when he says it's real, It really is, and that's what like really made me go like, wow. But to hold on to everything and then come out of it with the music, and still as you watch him right now, you feel that it's coming from a real place, and that's what I'm excited to for him to show people is, you know, how it came up, and it's like I said, a universal story, and when you watch. It's an interesting thing, like when we're putting this all together, you know, I watch different movies to sort of get my mindset. And of course, the blueprint has always been Scarface to me, because Scarface, if you check the heritage of Scarface, when it came out, people really didn't mess with it in the box office. It became this thing, this cult following because of the authenticity of who he was as a person. So when we talk about the skeleton or the bare bones of it, it will be that sort of rise. It will be that coming out of the muck and mire and saying, bam, this is what I got to show for it.
Totally. And you know what, Anuel, you said something earlier that I kind of wanted to touch back on. And, you know, you kind of spoke about the new class, which, you know, with you leading the way, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Ozuna, all of you bad boys doing y'all thing, man. Like, I'm curious about like the connection y'all have to hip hop now versus the connection of when reggaeton was really popping in the 2000s. Like, talk about that evolution, about the relationship y'all have with hip hop, or reggaeton has with hip hop, versus the relationship that may have been in the 2000s in your eyes.
It's really different how it used to be. Like bro, reggaeton, people used to see reggaeton like that's some, like, no, they didn't used to see it like, not, I don't mean the Spanish people, but like hip hop basically, but it was the truth though. It was the truth. Like hip hop was up here and reggaeton was down here. Like there was no way why like we wasn't a business back then. It wasn't a business to record with us. Now it is. Thank God for us and for them and for hip hop. I started with the Spanish trap. That's how they call it, like the Spanish trap, but it's basically just Spanish hip hop. But like the new era, like after Future started, after like this new era, and I don't know, it's something. When we mix that, like look, right now in Grammys just open up a new nomination for trap music, like that never happened before. Drake with Bad Bunny, Cardi B with Ozuna, Cardi B with me, like a lot of like Nicki Minaj with Karol G, like that used to like back in the day, all of this, it seemed impossible. And thank God reggaeton and Spanish trap music grew up so much that now, like, we on the same level. And it's legend. It's legend. I'm blessed to be part of all of this.
You know what's crazy? Who I feel like was an unsung hero in this whole thing, man. Especially back in the day. Shout out to my man Nori, man. Nori had the vibe going too, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm curious as far as like, we know the similarities, right, between, you know, hip hop and reggaeton. I'm wondering, like, is there anything you guys want to see going forward as far as to further push that relationship from both sides? Or do you feel like it's in a very good place? Is there anything you guys would want to see added to that dynamic?
Well, I think right now is in the perfect. For me, I think right now everything's how it's supposed to be, and it's going perfect.
When you look at Black and brown people and what we doing for the culture, and how, like, you know, especially over here in you know, well, just here in America, it's you know, it's a lot of cloudiness going on. It's a lot of energies that are just really like bad. And the only thing that is making you smile and have fun is music. So Anuel and everybody that's like contributing to the music, man, like he said, it's perfect. We just want to keep the music alive, because if we lose that, we will have lost everything. So I agree with him in that.
100%. I mean, listen, any dream collaborations y'all got? I mean, shoot, y'all doing a docuseries together. I'm assuming y'all did something in the studio. If not, what dream collaborations would y'all want to see?
The collaboration for me is just to be a part of watching this young man do his thing. It's like I said, like I've watched a lot of guys, girls come through here that are young, and to me, man, like I just appreciate being able to be a part of something great, and that's all the collab I need, and if there's ever something that's organic that would happen, man, I would, I'm humbled. I'm always humbled. But like I said, I just love watching and being a part of it, man, and can't wait for everybody to see the next wonderful chapter in this young man's life.
Yeah, for me, bro, it's legend. Like, I'm doing my like the story of my life with Jamie Foxx. Like, bro, right now I was in my mama crib. I told, she was like, "What you gonna do?" I told her, "Nah, I got this interview with Jamie." Oh my God, tell him I love him, this and that, like that, like. Bro, I was like, yo, yeah, like
I
it's
love it,
legend,
man.
bro. For me, like how you say it? I admire. Yeah,
Admire.
I admire Yeah, Jamie's like he's a super legend, and just like
Man.
the way he's helping me, cause he literally is helping me with all of this, cause there's like everything's came out natural with my boy RD, like
Yeah.
cause there's a lot of people trying to do the story of my life, but something in my heart, like something in my soul tells me I gotta do it with Jamie, cause everything's like
Yeah.
everything is gonna be super real. Like the vibe is perfect. Everything I know is gonna be super legendary.
And just for the background of what we're doing, right now we have our because of my deal, I just did a big deal with Sony and everything like that. We have at our disposal some of the most remarkable people that I won't speak right now, but people that are in this space that are just chomping at the bit to do something incredible. And like I said, with RD, who blessed us, and then I got another producer partner, Datari Turner, who's also incredible. But to have Anuel, RD, when you see the magic of that, and then being able to open and peel back, we're gonna peel back the layers, man. We're gonna be as raw and as authentic that you've never seen before. And I think that's what's gonna make people really gravitate to it, because there'll be a lot of, just the one story to me blows your mind, but then he'll tell you, we'll be able to tell so many different things in this that'll make it different from anybody's docuseries that you've ever seen.
Man, I love that. Anuel, you like you said, you working with Jamie, you working with a legend. I can't wait to see this docuseries, man. And I'm curious, man, does that, working with Jamie and just the gems you got with him being the fly in the wall, does that give you like extra confidence to want to do more stuff like in film and in Hollywood and stuff?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Like having Jamie by my side, working with him, yeah, 100%. It gives me a lot of confidence.
Listen, I'm looking forward to it. I feel you got something in the tuck already after this docuseries, so I can't wait to see when that got cooked up, man. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Really appreciate y'all time and efforts.
Hey, man, God bless everybody, man. God bless.
Thank you, my brother. God bless.